I had never seen a man so thin. His skin, burnished brown, was stretched over prominent cheekbones and all the way down his long limbs, hip bones jutting up like sails. You could have slotted toast between his ribs, and the lumps where they attached themselves to the sternum looked like 2 rows of tiny brown pebbles. He reminded me of a television program I'd once seen about prehistoric burials. "And the sheet?" I said. Itzy replied by tugging it out from under the mattress and pushing as much of it under Franklin as she could. Then she rolled him toward her, and I pulled the sheet from under him. The bed was stripped. I smelled frying. Lucille was in the kitchen. Itzy used the blue flannel to wash Franklin's face. "Mr. Franklin," she sang, "is morning. Wake up." She washed his face a second time, and he opened his eyes. "Well, hello," sang Itzy. "It's me, Mr. Franklin." Franklin smiled at her. "Hello, Franklin," I said. "I'm Kate." Franklin did not turn his head. Itzy washed Franklin's left arm and passed me the flannel while she used the towel. The triangular hollows beneath Franklin's collarbones were deep enough to hold water, and as I washed his right arm, I could feel the exact shape of the humerus and the bones of his radius and ulna. I washed the pit of it, deep as a cup. Then I turned his hand to its paler side. The lines over it were like a child's crossings out in dark brown felt-tip pen. I washed everything twice, like Itzy did, swapping the flannel and the towel back and forth. In this way, she and I cleaned Franklin from top to toe, except the middle bit. Water and soap suds had trickled onto the blue plastic mattress, so that Franklin seemed like a swimmer floating motionless on his back in an ocean, eyes fixed on the sky. We dried the bed and moisturized him, and the fragrance of the cream mingled with the smell of Lucille making coffee and eggs. Itzy did not put the blue flannel back into the bowl. There was just the brown flannel now. It was waiting for the Velcro fasteners to be undone. When Itzy pulled the front of the pad away, Franklin's nakedness shocked me. I watched her lift and wash and inspect and wipe down the pelvis where the spindly legs joined on. Then she rinsed the flannel, squeezed it out, and gave it to me. "I'm a bit nervous." "You'll be fine. Have you been to Beryl yet?" "No, this is my very first visit." "Give it time. Soon you'll find it's nothing. Nothing at all." I wondered how much time I would have to give for this to become nothing. I remembered reading that it took 21 days for people to change their self-image, to form new habits, to adapt. As I used the flannel, I imagined washing my husband and my father. I imagined washing Greg. I silently gave myself just 3 weeks and not a day more to get used to this before quitting. Then, after I had washed and dried the front of him from my side, Itzy bent Franklin's right leg up and rolled him toward me, and I held him there with one hand on his bony spine and the other behind his knee, and I saw the pad open underneath. Lucille walked back through to the lounge to eat. I glimpsed her plate carried past the door, but I could no longer smell fried eggs and coffee, or moisturizing cream. 3 weeks, I thought again. If I can't handle it in 3 weeks, I'll give up. Serene, beautiful Itzy folded the pad back onto itself to contain the mess and began to wipe. She wiped, discarded, wiped, discarded, wiped, discarded, and the tissue came away slightly cleaner every time, but never clean enough, and all I could think of was 3 weeks.